I'm high as fuck. All right. So Dr. Mehmet Oz. Well, he's getting off the television and onto the campaign trail. And then while he's on the campaign trail, he's getting back onto the television. Good old Dr. Oz knows how to squeeze his way onto the television. Anyway, so Dr. Oz has been going on television to discuss, recently, I believe I covered this about a week ago maybe, that Mitch McConnell actually is saying that the Senate is not looking too good for the Republican Party. In fact, it's probably mostly related to Senate candidates being of lower quality. And so I got a couple of news clips here from Dr. Oz responding to that. Now, again, the Mitch McConnell's, slush fund for funding races is actually pulling a lot of money out of the Pennsylvania race. It's very clear that Mitch McConnell, when referencing poor Senate candidate quality, it's 1,000% obvious he's talking about Dr. Oz. And so let's find out what Dr. Oz has to say about that.
Candidate quality has a lot to do with the outcome.
Yeah, and so candidate quality, Doc, and it just pissed me off because here's a guy who is supposed to be, he's the Senate minority leader. He's supposed to turn that Senate back to conservatives, to Republicans, and he's questioning the Senate quality candidates. Your thoughts? What do you say to Mitch McConnell?
Eric, well, I tell you, I've been talking to him continually, and the point he was trying to make, I think, is that it matters that we're high quality. But he's put $34 million into my campaign. I'm going to say it again. I mean, he's speaking with his pocketbook, right?
Now, again, Mitch McConnell is pulling the most money out of Pennsylvania. He's also pulling some money out of Georgia. I mean, God knows what's going on with Herschel fucking Walker. But it's very clear that Republican Senate candidates are not really sending their best. And so to me, it's hilarious that Dr. Oz is going to be like, oh, well, he gave me a lot of money. Yeah, before you started making a fucking fool of yourself on a daily basis and getting fucking clowned on by your opponent on a daily fucking basis, okay? Anyway?
Checkbook, $34 million into my campaign. He is similarly putting in a ton of money into Ohio, Georgia, other states as well. So the press can talk about, the comments that he's made, but I know what he's feeling because he's been acting on those sentiments. The same goes for Rick Scott, who's been incredibly supportive, calling behind the scenes, always active, making sure you're doing the right things, putting money into campaigns, helping raise money, doing everything he can to open doors. I am thrilled with the kind of support that I'm getting across the Republican Party.
So, Dr. Oz, he's pushing through. He's not being talked about. No. It's those other embarrassing Senate candidates. I don't know, man. If you were to make a list of the top 10 worst Senate candidates of all time, I mean, Herschel Walker probably on that list as well. But Dr. Oz, serious contender. And so but again, he's been asked this on multiple platforms. Now we're on Fox
I'm
Business.
glad you talk.
Let's see. Oh shit, this one's a little bit louder. Let's see what they have to say on Fox Business.
I'm glad you talk about support and the support that you need, Mehmet, because that's what I want to ask you about. Are you getting support from the Republican Party? I mean, look, let's face it. People were a little taken back the other day when Mitch McConnell comes out and says, well, it's probably 50-50. We're not going to win because we have some bad candidates. Was he talking about you?
He was not, and I'll tell you, he expressed himself quite clearly with his pocketbook. He's put $34 million into my race. That's a lot of money. And if you actually listen carefully to what he was saying, he was highlighting that the quality of the candidates does matter a lot in a statewide race. It always matters. But in a statewide race where you've got to speak to a lot of different constituents, you want to make sure you're out there. And I'm
okay. So, yes, the quality of the candidates does matter, except, not talking about me. And I'm not going to say anyone else that he might be talking about, but it's certainly not me. My fucking God, that is funny. So again, Dr. Oz is coping pretty hard. I thought that when Mitch McConnell said that, it was really funny. I thought it was very obvious he was talking about Dr. Oz and Herschel Walker, because those are the two most notable, really bad fucking candidates. But J.D. Vance in Ohio is also pretty horrible. And I mean, some people are even talking about Marco Rubio might lose his Senate seat. That would be a little, Val Demings, I think, is pretty horrible. She's a cop, but, I mean, it would be pretty funny if Marco Rubio went from, like, the 2016 wonder kid who's going to become the youngest president ever or some shit to losing a Senate seat, right? That would be pretty fucking funny. So we'll see. But, I mean, again, Dr. Oz is in high-tier coping mode. He can't cope enough. He's got to go onto, like, the fucking corners of random streets on the campaign trail asking for people to sell him some discount copium, so... Anyway, any chance to fucking attack Dr. Oz live on my program, I'm going to take, because I hate Dr. Oz. As someone from New Jersey, I feel secondhand, maybe a little bit of thirdhand, and maybe it's just, let's be honest, I'm coming clean, some firsthand embarrassment for Dr. Oz. And also, where the fuck is Oprah Winfrey? Can we get, we need to demand a public apology to the country from Oprah fucking goddamn Winfrey? Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. There you go. That's your Dr. Oz segment.